Okay, we're back. Looks like a second and short for Nanticoke. What did they have a gainer on? Like running play?
1 yard gain, Frank.
Okay.
But there was a penalty and I missed it.
We'll send Bozeman in motion, and it's a give around to Bozeman.
Frank, that's the second time unconsecutive that they ran that play.
Keanu Ammons. Bozeman is 2. Keanu Ammons is number 3. So that gives them a first and goal at the 8. So we'll see if the Warrior defense can come up big again in this series. They lead 7-0, and this second quarter is getting away from us very quickly. There's under 6 minutes left now. Heffron sends Bozeman in motion. He will get it around right end, and it looks like the Warriors read that really well.
Yes, sir.
Darren Rodney came up there. Matt Wysocki from his tackle position broke through. So a loss of about 3 on a good athlete, Bozeman, and that'll give
Frank. Rodney knew where that ball was going the whole time.
Diagnosed the play well, yeah.
He just waited.
Second and goal from the 11. With 5:22 now left in the half. So obviously get inside that 20 and angles tighten up a little bit. You can't run everything wide open. Looks like with the new quarterback, they're calling in some tighter sets. Not splitting out their receivers. They want more blockers on the line of scrimmage.
Protecting his inexperience, maybe, Frank.
And you trying to use their speed athletes on the edge. Seems like we've been in this end of the field for about 25 minutes. Huh?
I'll tell you, we're really wearing this grass down.
If you're just joining us, the Warriors lead 7-0. Nick Elko on a 1-yard touchdown run. Nanticoke's made the most of their possessions. They had some good defensive stands as well.
Frank, I'd like to reiterate, I made some marks there. They're 4th in offense and 7th in defense. They're in that position for a reason.
So it's week 4 now. You know, sometimes it takes a couple weeks to see what you have in terms of athletes and where to use them. And you know, when you win a game like last week where they scored late to beat Coughlin, that's a real confidence builder that you can use that as momentum heading into the midpoint of the season. And they're coming up with a nice effort here tonight. So second and goal from just outside the 10 for the Trojans. And I don't see Baczynski back in there.
And he's still on the sideline, Frank.
That's number 8, is it?
Yes, Devlin Heffron.
Devlin Heffron, okay. Cameron Carr ready, Matt Wysocki, Tom Wysocki, Derek Ambrosino. Got an I formation. They've got the Bozeman split to the top half of the field, Sikowski split to the bottom half, and there goes Ammons around right side, or left side, and he's chased down by Cameron Carr.
Cameron Carr drew him outside.
Yeah, yep. Cameron Carr met him about 5 yards deep in the backfield, drove him to the sidelines, and I think he lost about a yard there. Bring up a third. Yep, they're gonna almost lost 2 yards. It's gonna bring up a 3rd and goal from about the 12-yard line for the Trojans now. So not moving in the direction they want to or need to.
Like those two are becoming friends. They're meeting so much on the field.
And I see number 11 checking back in here for Nanticoke, kind of quietly.
Yeah, he's stuck in there, Frank.
He's actually in there as a receiver, maybe. It looks like,
He's out left.
He's out at the top, on the far side of the screen. And the give is to Ammons over the left side, and there's a
helmet.
We'll see. Looked like he.
I don't know if he hit with his helmet.
Corey Maruck gets the credit for the tackle, but I don't know. Sometimes your chin strap is on so loose that your helmet does come off from contact. I don't know what they're going to call there. It's going to be interesting. As Tom Wysocki checks out here.
I saw the backside.
And they were explaining something to Dominic DeLuca there.
It's got to be offensive.
Personal foul. Oh, my defense. Wow.
Hey?
Wow. Yeah, it looked like everything happened pretty quickly there. And
it's hard to say.
yeah, it's not like he came from 5-10 yards away. He was faced up on the line against a runner breaking past the line of scrimmage. But hey, that's what the officials get paid for. So that's a tough break for the Warriors, and they'll mark that down to the Warrior 6-yard line. I'm sure it's a first down.
Move the ball to the 7.
Welcome to the 2018 football. Head-to-head contact in high school.
Oh yeah, we said it looked like Ammons was just crossing the line of scrimmage, and it's not like Corey came from 10 yards away.
No.
He was faced up on the line, trying to fill the hole.
Last year, that would have been called a good play.
Right.
That's right. It wasn't malicious
And I wonder if his helmet didn't come off.
because of the change.
Right,
Yes.
yeah,
exactly.
right. If that would have been the call, but hey, it is what it is, and you got to deal with reality here. So I don't know. It's not a first down. It's not an automatic first down.
No.
Okay.
Well, safety first, Frank.
3rd and goal from the 7. Yeah. So Heffron has I formation. He's got 2 receivers split to the far side. He'll take the ball, and he's looking for a
Nowhere to go.
sideline pass.
Nowhere to go. Number 9.
Number 2, Darren Bozeman. So they're split their split their best receiver at the top of the field. Tried to get him in space to make a play, and he was set upon pretty quickly there. I think it was Darren Rodney.
I think it was Dominic and DePietro.
Okay.
Both of them. That's what I was trying to say, Frank.
Fourth and goal from the 8. Another big fourth down for the Warriors defending their goal line. And we're going to have a field goal attempt here. Ricky Klopodlo. Here's the snap and the kick, and it is it never got off the ground the way it needed to, and that's they'll turn it over. So 2 huge chances for the Trojans.
Frank.
2 huge chances for the Trojans, and unfortunately for them, or fortunately for the Warriors, they don't come away with any points. So with 4:17 left in the half, I'm sure Coach Spencer would like a nice time-consuming drive that culminates in the end zone from his Warrior troops. And they have a little more room to operate here. Of course, they're at their 20-yard line after the missed field goal. DeLuca brings the troops out. He's got Dimitri DePietro split here to the bottom half of the field. Brian Williams top half. And it looks like Elko and Maruk in that I formation again. And the give is to Leo Harris over the left side. He's got about 3 yards up to the 24-yard line. 23-yard line. Call it 2nd and 7. I'll try excuse me. Trying to show the Trojans something a little different here. Late in the first half. Up by a score. Brian Williams is split to the near side. Dimitri DePietro at the top half of the screen. And looks like Elko and Harris again. And the give will be a fake to Harris. And Dominic DeLuca is going to look over the right side. Good penetration there by Nanticoke. And he'll be thrown for a 2-yard loss. Number 27 for Nanticoke was the first player that I saw in there.
That is John
Shoemaker. So diagnosed that play well and brought the speedy junior down for a loss. So 3rd and 9 for the Warriors at their own 21. 3:12 left in the half. So it'll be a good time for a long pass play here. We've got 3 receivers. Trips split to the bottom half here. Brian Williams, Dimitri DePietro, and Leo Harris. Elko will be there as a setback with DeLuca, and he is looking over the left side. Now he's rolling, and he's passing deep over the middle, intended for Harris. And it's a little long. And it'll bring up 4th down. And looks like we'll have to return the ball to Nanticoke. So nothing doing on that series after getting the ball back after the missed field goal attempt by Nanticoke. And that play would have went for naught anyway, as apparently there's a penalty on the Warriors. Holding. Decline. The Trojans want the ball back, and they're going to put Bozeman and Ammons, they're athletes, back at about midfield here. So DeLuca will set up at about his own 10-yard line, just inside his 10. Looking to get off a nice punt here. Derek Ambrosino checks in for the Warriors there, real quick. Here's the snap by DeLuca, and the punt is down the right sideline. It's a nice punt, and it will roll, and a nice Warrior bounce to the 32-yard line, where Nanticoke will get the ball. First and 10 at their own 32-yard line. And we're actually going to split outside of the field for the first time in about
Across the 50, Frank.
half hour. Yeah. Like you said, at that towards that west end zone, they'll have to reseed that field at halftime. I think they're going to bring in the famous George Toma from Kansas City. And he's going to put down some Kentucky rye there real quick, water that up, and get that reseeded for the second half. So here come the Trojans. You got Bozeman split here to the near side, I formation. That's still Heffron. No, that's Kobe Baczynski back in. He will give the ball to number 4. And
tackled well, Frank.
So give credit for penetration there. Okay, Cameron Carr got the penetration and drove him back. And Darren Rodney came in and made the tackle for a loss.
Finish him off.
When you could get quick and deep penetration into the backfield, like Cameron Carr did that, then your defensive secondary can come up and fill. So it looks like Baczynski's back in for the Trojans, so that's good news for them. But that first play goes backwards for Ammons on the carry. Second and 13. How much time we got left there?
155.
155 in the half. Baczynski takes the ball, and he is rolling to his left and looking over the middle for Sikowski again. And I think that skipped. They're going to give him. Oh, they're going to give him credit for the catch. So nice. Put it in a spot where only his receiver could get it. He got about 8 yards, and it's going to bring up a manageable third down for the Trojans. 3rd and 4. So nicely designed play fake. Dragged Sikowski over the middle. And an 8-yard pickup there.
Frank, he's a senior, good-looking senior, 6'3", 195.
Number 5 checks in for the Warriors, Kay Williamson. We haven't seen him in a couple weeks, so that's good. There's the give over the left side, and he's going to be close to first down.
He might have
looks
it,
like
Frank.
he has it,
He
yeah.
has it.
Kashadis again. And it is a first down for the Trojans here. As time is starting to become a factor, we got 106 left in the half, and they're still inside their own half of the field. So not a lot of time to run your full offense.
They're going to take a chance here, Frank, I believe.
That's why I think we saw Zaquay. We got Darren Rodney back there.
Right.
Coach Spencer.
Some speed out there.
Coach Spencer is loading up with some defensive backs here, anticipating that they're going to have to go to the air soon. Baczynski with the I formation. He's got receivers split in the top half. He's looking deep, and it's going to be well overthrown.
His receiver stopped, Frank. It turned in. Bozeman took a turn.
Okay. Darren Rodney was closest to the ball on that. And it'll be 2nd and 10 at their own 45. And is that 39 seconds left?
38.2.
30, yeah, so we got to go to the air. Baczynski leads the troops out. He's got Bozeman at the far end. And he'll try an end around here to number 3, Ammons. Yeah.
That's it.
Tried to go wide with one of their skill athletes. And that's number 3, and he slipped down. That's Ammons.
Keanu Ammons.
And he slipped down at the 38-yard line, so that's going to bring up a 3rd and long. How much time there, Carl?
We have 31.3 seconds.
31.3 seconds, so it looks like we'll call a timeout for the Warriors. Want to make sure they're got the personnel that they want on the field to defend against this critical 3rd down play here. So like we said, still in their side, their half of the field. They did pick up a nice first down there on that series, but then they can't obviously run their full offense here now with under a minute. And they're going to have a big third down play coming up here. They have to get to the Warrior 46 to maintain possession. And with 31 seconds, even if that takes 5 or 6 seconds off the clock, you'll have a stoppage, obviously, to change the markers, but that's going to leave them with about enough time for about 3 or 4 plays.
Yeah, if you're lucky.
How many timeouts do we have the scoreboard? Does it show how many timeouts they have left?
There's 1 left for Warriors, 2 for Nanticoke.
2 for Nanticoke. Good. So they do have 2 timeouts left.
Frank, I got to give the Trojans credit. They're
came to play.
They're giving the Warrior fit.
They came to play.
Giving us a fit.
So number 2, that's Bozeman. He'll split to the top of the field as he has most of the time this game. And there's flag before the play. Somebody lined up incorrectly, and that's going to be some yardage against the Warriors. Somebody lined up offsides.
Lined up in the neutral zone.
So that makes a 3rd and 18, about a 3rd and 13. Still have to get to the Warrior 46 for a first down. Time for Mr. Carr or Mr. Ambrosino to dial up a quarterback sack, maybe. And here is the end around and a flea flicker, and he's looking deep for number 17, Sikowski. And there's going to be a flag there.
That ball was uncatchable. It was out of bounds.
So that's number 2. That was Bozeman. He's a left-handed, and he took the ball coming around from the left side, set up the throw, and he was looking for Sikowski down at the Warrior 30, and the officials are going to rule that he was interfered with on the sideline there, and that's a big pickup for the Trojans with 24 seconds left here in the half.
And we got another flag out here, Frank. They might be picking that one up.
So they'll mark the ball. There's a spot foul. And they'll mark the ball at the Warrior 43. Move the chains. 1st and 10 for Nanticoke.
24.2, Frank.
24.2. We're still going to have to go through the air. And that's where they'll line up on the Warrior 43-yard line. Kuczynski's still under center, as he has been since he returned to action. He'll take the snap. He'll send Bozeman deep, and kind of a little jump pass along the left sideline.
Nice tackle.
Looking for Bozeman. And Dimitri DiPietro, F.J. Buccini, and Dominic DeLuca sniffed that out real quick. I don't know if he got out of bounds there.
He may.
No, he didn't.
No, he did not.
As the clock is running, and that might end the half here. Under 5 seconds. And they're just going to let it run out here. They had some timeouts to play with too, so that's interesting.
I'm baffled by that, Frank.
So the half will end with the Warriors leading 7-0, and they're in a dogfight here. Okay.
They could have called a timeout, Frank, and took a shot at the end zone.
We could plug it in here. You want to plug it in?